This man is the most overlooked prospect of the 2020 draft. Forget it. The last 5 years. The last 10 years. This man is Kira Lewis Jr. Now you're probably thinking, bro, who is this man? You're going crazy. Like, I never heard this name. Well, you never heard this name because this man's overrated as hell. Goes to Alabama. And he's a 6'3" point guard. Weighs 165 pounds. He's a sophomore and entering the 2020 draft. Now, I'm going to show you guys full extent of how good Kira Lewis Jr. really is. Kira Lewis was born on April 6, 2001. He went to Hazel Green High School in Georgia and received offers from a very young age to attend Georgia, Alabama, LSU, Florida State, and Maine College. Kira Lewis Jr. at first accepted an offer from Georgia. His families used to go to Georgia. It was a family thing, and he went to Georgia for about 2 months, and then there was a huge breakup with the coach. The coach was arrested. A lot of stuff happened, so he decommitted to Georgia. Alabama said, "Here we go. We'll give you a reduced scholarship offer," and he took that up and headed off to Alabama to play college basketball at a D1 level. To John Lewis and Kira Soff. It was named after his mother for some reason, and he kept his father's last name. He played basketball from a young age, starting at 7 and all the way up to now. But that's enough on his childhood. What about his college career? Kira Lewis Jr. averages 28.5 points, 5.9 rebounds, and 4.5 assists, and 3.9 steals per game in high school. He led his team to Alabama Class 6A semifinals. He earned the first team All-State honors for his second consecutive season, was the finalist for Georgia Mr. Basketball, and was named Huntsville Region Player of the Year and Alabama Class 6A Player of the Year. He was originally in the 2019 class, but graduated early from high school and reclassified to 2018. In college, he was the second youngest player in NCAA Division I basketball, behind Everett Parrott of Pepperdine. It was the youngest player to appear in a game. Lewis scored 6 points in his first career game versus Southern Alabama in college. The following game, he had 21 points in Appalachian State and followed that up with the season-high 24 points against Wichita State. He tied this against Georgia in February of 2019, his old college. In his first year, Lewis averaged 13.5 points, 2.9 assists, and 2.6 rebounds per game in college, and was named to the SEC All-Freshman team. However, Alabama struggled and finished 18-16, losing in the first round of the NIT. Lewis entered the transfer portal before new coach Nate Oates convinced him to return for his second season. In his sophomore season opener, he scored 30 points in an 81-80 loss to Penn. He averaged 18.5 points, 4.8 rebounds, and 5.2 assists per game in his sophomore season of college, and declared for the 2020 NBA draft. Some career highlights and awards of his are First Team All-SEC 2020, SEC All-Freshman Team 2019, and he won a gold medal in FIBA Under-19 World Cup in 2019 Greece, representing the United States. And overall, Kira Lewis Jr. is just a really good player. So I've put together a list of the 3 teams that he should go to in order to have the best career possible. The third best team for him to get drafted to would be the San Antonio Spurs. The reasoning behind this is the Spurs need another scorer. And Kira Lewis Jr. is probably a top 3 scorer in the draft. He's a point guard to go along with DeMar DeRozan to make a cool backcourt, and is just a great fit in San Antonio. He fits Greg Popovich's system, and is just an overall great draft pick. Also, the Spurs are probably going to be selecting in the area that he should theoretically, talent-wise, get picked. Although, NBA scouts are doubting him too much. It might not even be a lottery pick. Number 2, the Detroit Pistons. Now, the reason behind this one is that the Detroit Pistons need a scorer big time. Before Andre Drummond left, they still needed a scorer, and once they traded him, they needed everything. So, what Shea should do is get a scorer. They're probably going to be in the same pick range as the Spurs, barely outside the lottery. And that's a perfect spot for them to pick up a steal, Kira Lewis Jr. Number 1, the Orlando Magic. Now, some of you might watch a video on why he should go to the Magic. I'll put a link to it down in the description, or actually I'll put a key card up there. He's just a great fit for the Magic. The Magic, the last time they had a scorer that they could just go to and say, get out of the way, just let him score, was maybe Dwight Howard. And he's not really that type of player. So maybe even like Tracy McGrady. So it was a long time ago. They need a scorer. And Kira Lewis perfectly fits with them, scoring-wise. So Kira Lewis Jr. is a very overlooked prospect. He is a great prospect. And I really think that he should be a top 5 pick in the draft. But he isn't. He's really overlooked. Scouts are dumb. And that's why. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I will see you next time on SM16.